AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Zeke, and they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Play action this time with Love. They'll roll him out right. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Throwing. Love. That one complete to Elliott. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Zeke going to get it on the option. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Love. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
He'll buy some time right to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Forced out to his left. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently, but whatever they said appears to have worked. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. 30, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And the Lions first down.
On play action. Love to throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Love. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down, Lions.
Play fake. Here's Love. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Going back to Love. And he whips that one incomplete there. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. Well, it can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Start at their own. Like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back. And we'll see how he responds. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
These two teams all tied after one.
Score time, 7-7.
They go play action. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
A first down throw for Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
The Cook getting the call there on first down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Cousins throw there, taken in by Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Meanwhile, Cousins throw complete there to Smith. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to the ground, this time Cook.
Hard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively,
from the 24, Cousins flushed out, bring him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the counter, Elliott, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Off the play fake, Love. He's got it to Collins, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
To throw again on second down. Love. Another throw for Collins. This one complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drop.
Touchdown! Nico Collins, as the first half is winding down. And the Lions have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. First down, here's the run with Cook. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. On second down, it's Cook again. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Nwangu now from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's loose again. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Again, helping partner, I'm going to get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Love's throw complete there to St. Brown.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Love. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown.
7 yards the pick up there.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 7.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They go to Elliott again. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Love now. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd down and goal. Love sliding out of the pocket. And in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd.
21 apiece.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. On play action, Cousins. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Again, it's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 28 yards. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Love. That one complete to Elliott. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
This is Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Love. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They go play action. Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off. A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play fake. Cousins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Well, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 25, and he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him. And
intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Lions are right back in this football game. But when he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
They'll roll him out right. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Love looking to throw it. He's got Elliott, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Love to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Hicks here with a